Oh my goodness, am I live? Am I live? I'm alive. Um, let's see, it's a little early and they've changed things a little. So I can't see. Um, I am live. Okay, they're saying I'm live. So I had to change my location in the living room because of the lighting. Let me turn off another lamp. Okay, so hopefully that'll work today. We have to be flexible and we have to be able to change very quickly. Um, if you can see and hear me, I hope. It's just 9:29. So as people start to log in and view, and you can let me know you're here, um, I want to show you what I've got going back here. Okay, so turn your volume up all the way on your device, and I have a lot of props, okay? And I know that a lot of you don't have a lot of props. It's okay. We can make do. The important thing is that you do something. And as you can see, I'm just in the other corner of a living room. So some of the furniture is still there. And I just had to create space, okay, that we can work. So I'm going to let you take a look at what I've got there. All kinds of stuff. I have a chair, I have blankets, I have a bolster, I have a pillow, I have blocks, I have a strap, I have water. I have my iPhone only because I need to stay in touch with what time it is. Okay, so it is now 9:30. Okay, so hopefully people are coming aboard. Also know that these are recorded and then I do publish them. So you can watch them at any time. I'm going to leave them up for quite a while and you can kind of cherry pick what works for you. So today, the focus is going to be on breathing. Okay, breathing. Wow, who has to think about breathing, right? We all breathe, but now with all that's going on in our world, there's a lot of stress and anxiety, and there's a lot of emphasis on proper breathing. And in yoga, we are trained, at least I was trained, for proper breathing. And if it's the one thing I can share and help you with, I'm really, really happy about that. So I want you to get comfortable. Okay, I want you to get comfortable. And all my other comments are coming up, oh dear. I want you to get comfortable. So I'm going to show you several ways and possibilities. If you have a mat, I'm going to show you several ways to lie down. If you don't have a mat, or if it's not comfortable to lie down, we can use a chair. Okay, we can do most of the same things with a chair. So if you have a chair that you can be comfortable, preferably pretty straight back, but just find something, some way to be comfortable, okay? All right, so let me show you a few different possibilities. If you have a bolster, or you can use blankets, I'll show you that too, or something kind of firm, maybe 3 or 4 inches high. You can lay it down and you put something underneath for where your head is going to be, which would be here. If you don't have blankets, you can use towels or your favorite little pillow, which is my favorite little pillow. So that would work as well, okay? So let me show you this first. And what we're going to focus on is getting into the lungs, the rib cage, the chest, and opening this up and bringing the focus to the breath. Okay, so if you have a bolster, do that. Okay, if you don't, if you can take a big towel or maybe even 2 towels and roll them, if you have blankets, fold them nice and neat, And then you can make what we call threefold. So you fold it back onto itself. So you get some support. And that can take the place of a bolster. Okay, so that would go like this. And then another blanket or a pillow at the end for your head. And I'll show you where to put yourself like that. So that's number 2. Number 3 is for those of you who have been in my classes before, and this is pretty intense, if you have two blocks, okay, and we call this the terrible T or the terrific T, depending. So with the blocks, we create a support. Those of you who have done it know what to do, and it looks like this. Okay, can you see which way? I'll go this way. So one block is vertical and one is horizontal. The horizontal goes to the back, and this is going to be for your spine. Yes, your spine. So that will go here. Sorry, all the purple. And then a blanket on top. So there's 3 possibilities: bolster, towels, blankets, blocks. If none of that works, if you just can't do any of that, sit nice and tall in a chair. Okay, get a chair and just sit. Okay, and we'll just go from there. All right, so I'm going to use blankets. Okay, blankets, but you can use, again, you can use a bolster, blankets, towels, pillow, or blocks. So this blanket goes like this. This one goes like this. Okay, then we sit in front of the blankets with your back to the blankets. You can keep your socks on. I have very special socks on. Janice, are you there? I'm wearing the socks you gave me from Ireland. Okay, so sit a few inches away from the end of your prop, whether it's a blanket, towel, bolster, whatever. Okay? Bend your knees, lean back. Then you lift your tailbone up so that you open up the low back and you lift yourself up onto this blanket or bolster or towels, and then put the other under your head. If you're tight in the shoulders, you'll need more support under your head. It's the base of the skull. You want space under your waist. You want to feel that curve of the low back. And you don't want to feel any compression there. The idea is to open up and see how it lifts my rib cage. And then my shoulders kind of roll off the edges of the blanket or bolster, whatever. And that's the idea, to open up the chest, to open up the rib cage and give some space to the lungs. So then let your arms rest to the sides and close your eyes. If it becomes okay, you can stretch out your legs. Okay, you can stretch out. It's like a little shavasana relaxation. If you are tight and you don't want your neck, you don't want your gaze to go back. Okay, you might need more support. Okay, so your gaze should be up a little or toward your heart. And then just relax, okay? Okay, are you there? Okay, so again, if you're just tuning in, you can use a bolster, towels, blankets, pillows to create support for the spine. And you sit in front and you lay your spine very gently onto the support and rest your head on a pillow, blanket, whatever. Let your arms rest to the sides. You can keep your knees bent, or you can start to stretch out your legs. And I just want you to breathe. We're going to focus today on breathing, proper breathing. And in yoga, we call it prana, the life force. We call pranayama regulating the breath. So we usually don't think about our breath until we catch our breath, or we're stressed, or we're sick. And we feel this tightness maybe in the chest, and then we get stressed and we get even tighter. So our breath is tied to our emotions and our wellness. Okay? So I'm going to talk a little bit while you just relax, okay? And I did a little research for you online. And I've learned some of these things in the past, but I didn't remember all the details. and I think you'll find it very interesting. So we have the upper chest, and we're going to talk about three-part breathing, okay? We have the upper chest, the mid, and then the low belly, okay? And our lungs are huge. They're huge. I'm going to talk about how huge they are. And in order to breathe properly, sorry, get maximum benefit, we have to get the breath down here. Down here. We tend to just breathe very shallow just here. So while you're there, I want you to place your right hand very gently. This is three-part breathing. We did it the other day. Very gently right here. Right below the collarbone, right here in the middle, above your sternum. And place the other hand over your abdominal. So your middle finger is kind of across your belly, like so. Again, you can do this sitting, okay? You don't have to be lying down. If you don't have props or it doesn't work for you to get up and down, just sit in a chair. So, one hand here, very light. And then close your eyes and breathe through the nose, please. Through the nose. We inhale. I want you to exhale through the nostrils. Remember, your nasal passages and so forth are your filter, especially now when we're told to cover our mouths and all this kind of thing. So you want to breathe deeply through the nose. If you're congested, try to at least inhale and then a slow exhale. If you have to, partly through the mouth, but I'd rather that you did only through the nose. Do what you can, always. And just feel, where is the path of your breath? Is anything happening down here? And then maybe just visualize filling a balloon. When you fill a balloon, it expands in all directions, side to side, top to bottom to top, edge to edge. So maybe visualize your lungs as two huge, wonderful balloons. And they're expanding, and then they're moving the breath down, 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 down. And then as you exhale, let it release. And again, just let your breath find its rhythm, and then kind of tap into that. So three-part, top, middle, bottom. Bottom, middle, top. If you feel from the bottom up, it's okay. If you feel from the top down, I do. From the bottom up, like I'm filling a glass of water, and then you empty the glass. So just a few, while you're breathing, just breathing, please, I'm going to share a few interesting facts about first your lungs. And you may not know this, but the lung is one of the largest organs in your body. Your lungs are not the same size. Your left lung is smaller than your right because it shares a space with your heart. And the major muscle of breathing is the diaphragm. The diaphragm. And when we come out of the breathing, I'm going to have you feel about where your diaphragm is. Okay, sort of at the base of your ribs. And you can think of it as almost like the top of a drum. It's a very large muscle. It's like a dome-shaped muscle. When you inhale, the diaphragm moves down. That's why we have to go deep. And it moves down. It massages all those organs. And as you exhale, it releases upward and massages the heart and the lungs. So we want that to stay pliable and open and strong. So just breathe. And imagine this wonderful process, these organs working for you. If you spread your lungs out, okay, and I got this from the American Lung Society, so I'm not making this up. If you spread them out, they would cover a tennis court. They're about the same size as a tennis court. Can you believe that? If you spread them out, your lungs cover about a tennis court. It's incredible, isn't it? And the length of your airways in your body is about 1,500 miles. Think about that. 1,500 miles in your body. That's the average body, of course, but 1,500 miles cover a tennis court. So every day when you breathe, you are breathing about 2,000 gallons of air. And that would fill an average swimming pool. And we need that air and that oxygen to oxygenate our system. Because we need 2,000 gallons a day to pump through your heart. Okay. How about that? So 80% of the work of breathing is in the diaphragm. So now you're comfortable, you're either seated, you can relax your arms and stay with the breath. And I would like you to consider a little longer exhale, maybe just a count. So say when you inhale, it's like a 1, 2, 3. Then try the exhale a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then inhale to 3. Whatever your count is, might be a 4 count, whatever. And then a little longer exhale. So don't push it, don't force it. Just let it be a rhythm, a wave. Because we don't want to constrict somewhere else trying to breathe, okay? And just be with that and notice. Just notice if you feel the breath moving. Feel your skin being breathed. Feel everything receiving, okay, from this oxygenation that is facilitated by the lungs. So the lungs are kind of springy and squishy and cushy, but if we don't use them, it's like any muscle, they will start to atrophy. And then when we need them, when we're sick, when we really need to breathe, we really will struggle. Okay, so now's the time when you're feeling pretty good to just focus on your breath. Okay. Good. Now, what I'd like you to do is bend your knees. If you're on the floor, just turn onto one side. And we're going to come to seated. If you're already in a chair, you can stay there. Okay, we'll join you in a few minutes. So to be seated properly, to review alignment, that's very, very important in all this. You need support under you so that your pelvis, your hips are in neutral. Okay, neutral. So I'll show you here and I'll show you again in a chair. So neutral pelvis, remember it's a bowl. And the bowl, you don't want the bowl to spill when you're seated. And we want to encourage the lengthening of the spine, aligning in the bowl, like the stem of a flower or the trunk of a tree, okay? So that your alignment, which was designed to hold you, can do that. So you're not struggling, okay? Because eventually, at first this feels even more uncomfortable than just slouching, because that's what we do. But ultimately, we're going to pay the price for that. And the other advantage for breathing is everything can open up. When you're like this, it's impossible to breathe properly. You're compressing everything. So lengthen, open, feel that spaciousness. And then close your eyes. Okay, however you get comfortable, you want your knees a little lower than your waist. If you're in a chair, I'm going to show you that next. And then close your eyes and stay with the breath. You're going to be distracted. The dog's going to bark. The cat's going to come and check you out. The phone might ring. Just let them go and come back to your breath. Okay, I'm going to show you in a chair, okay? I'll show you sideways. I think you can see it this time. I had to move and I was told it was hard to see me because I was wearing black up against the fireplace. So maybe this will be a little better. I hope so. It's a little gloomy today, so I had to move anyway. Okay, so sitting in any kind of chair. If it has arms, it's okay, don't worry. And remember, you want your knees about the same height as your hip sockets. If you have short legs, or you're just your anatomy, you're short, put something under your feet. Put a blanket or a bolster under your feet. Okay? My head might be a little chopped off, but for this purpose, it's okay. Feet flat, knees over the heels, and your pelvis should be neutral. If you're slouching, okay, look what happens. Ooh, not good. And there's times we use these tilts, but not when we're seated. Okay? So this is going to overstretch the low back. And this is often caused by tightness anywhere here or in the back. So we want to tilt the tailbone back into neutral. Feel like your tailbone is anchoring right into the chair or the floor. And then bring your head on top of your shoulders. Nice and tall. See my natural curves? There's a curve and then a curve. Okay? And the shoulders soften away from the ears. And I don't overarch. I don't slouch. No slumping and no overarching. I want to feel like I'm over both sit bones. Okay? And my legs are supporting me. If you sit at a computer a lot and your legs are dropping down, put books under there, a bench, something. Okay? All right. I'm going to go back to the floor with a blanket under me. And what we're going to do next, you can do in the chair or on the floor. I happen to have really open hips, but I had to work on being stronger. Okay? So I just want to say a few words about our circulatory system. So here's, just to review the lungs, I wrote this out for you. You see this? Your lungs. Okay, I'm not Vanna White. Your lungs cover a tennis court if you spread them out. And the breath is moved 1,500 miles. And every day, 2,000 gallons of air. That's what you move through you, and that's what the heart needs to operate. Can you believe that? You're amazing. You're amazing. Okay, now I'm going to share about this, a few facts about the circulatory system. And again, these are all from Reliable. I just want you to think about this every time you breathe. If you took all of your veins, arteries, capillaries in an average body, it would stretch out to 60,000 miles. 60,000 miles in you. That's 100,000 kilometers in you. When you breathe, when you move the oxygenated blood, you're covering a lot of distance, and you want it to move everywhere. Okay? All right, that's you. You're a miracle. Okay, so now let's move a little bit and breathe as we move, okay? How are we doing? Okay. So breathe deep. And before we do a few stretches, I want you to just place your hands at the base of your low ribs. You can feel. Okay, so between your ribs and your waist, there's your abdominals. And feel like it's gently lifting up, but not stressing the shoulders. And breathe deep, because this is about where your diaphragm is. So when you inhale, it moves down and massages all these organs, all kinds of stuff down here. And then when you exhale, it comes and massages the lungs and the heart. Nice deep breath. And then on the next inhale, let's bring the arms out and up. So when you bring the arms overhead, it opens the chest. I don't know why this is flipping. I don't know. Sorry if there's any interruption. And then as you exhale, just kind of go to one side and stretch. So we're going to get into the left lung, the smaller one, and the rib cage and the muscles of the rib cage. Your lungs sit in the rib cage like a beautiful basket. We want everything to be breathed and flexible and healthy. Be gentle. And then you're going to come up and to the other side. And you can do this in a chair or standing. And I'm feeling a little more tightness here. Okay, that's okay. And I'm just going to breathe into it. Don't force anything. Do what you can. If your shoulders bother you, just leave your hand on your hip or place your fingers on your shoulder and just kind of lift up. Okay, there's always a way to modify and come up and up. Good. Now we're going to come on to hands and knees if you can. If you can't, you can do this in a chair as well. I'm going to fix this just a little so you can see me on the floor. Okay, and we're about half hour. I hope everyone's there. I've got this. They've changed the system for Facebook for doing live, and you know it's constantly we're being faced with dealing with lots of change, aren't we? And it would be nice to think that we have a routine of some sort all the time. And what's normal? People say, well, when things get back to normal, what is normal? Normal is what's normal for you, and it's your routine. But there really is no normal or average, okay? So being flexible in every way possible is really important. Okay, come on to all fours if you can. If you can't, you can do this in a chair, okay? We're going to do some juicy movements. Okay, just get moving. And this is all, by the way, supportive of your immune system. Your immune system, you've got to move even gently and breathe, okay? Okay. So now I'm going to take my very special socks off from Ireland. Maybe they're bringing some good luck. Now, if you're on a hard floor, you can certainly put your knees on a blanket, okay? I'm on a carpet and a mat, so I don't really need another blanket, but it's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. And I'm going to show this, get you going on the floor, and then I'm going to show people who are in a chair, okay? So this is called hip and rib rolls. So it's very juicy, and we're going to be gentle today because I just think that's what we need. So we're going to come onto all fours, and we're just going to breathe and move. So where is your body asking? Oh, my hips are a little tight, so I'm just going to roll from the hip and over. I'm going to make big movements, and I'm breathing. Breathe as you move. So we just talked about the lungs, the circulation, moving the oxygen through. And we want it to go everywhere. Oh, it feels good to just kind of roll around, sway from side to side. If your wrists start to talk back, come up onto little fingertips, very gentle. You can also come onto your forearms and shake, squeeze. Okay, and breathe. I like little tiny cobra movements. And notice when you move your hips, what else starts to move as well. And breathe. Eyes open or closed. There's no specific sequence here. It's just you moving and getting kind of juicy. You know, we've been sitting a lot and sitting in front, watching TV, watching the news, too much. I invite you to turn it off once in a while and just take care of yourself. And then if you want to do baby lunges, okay? So you can stretch one leg behind you and just stretch, maybe the opposite arm. I'm going to do both sides, and then I'm going to show you cat dog, and then I'll show you both in a chair, okay? Because you can do this in a chair on your own. Okay, breathe. Or with the chair, all right? You can do lunges with the chair. And hold each side for at least 5 breaths or whatever really feels good. Maybe this is like my tight side today, so maybe I'll hold it a little longer. And these are gentle movements. This isn't aerobics. Okay, it's not a workout. This is gentle, healing, therapeutic, supportive. Okay, so you continue. And then do that for a while, and then cat dog. Those of you who know cat dog, know the rhythm. Okay, so it's a flow as we cat. The tailbone moves back, and the spine opens up, and then the dog we exhale. So this is just all about moving the synovial fluid through the spine, okay, and moving that into the circulatory system, in the respiratory system. Everything is getting massaged and strengthened. Okay, so continue with those two. I'm going to take a moment if you're in a chair. I'll put the chair behind the light. Okay, if you're in a chair, I'm going to show you a side view. And you don't want to lean back in the chair. No, no, no. Sit nice and comfortable. And you might fix you high, so I'm not cutting my head off. Okay, so just to do hip and rib rolls, just move. Just move. Just move. Breathe. Oh, it feels so good. Just move and breathe. And move and breathe. And move and breathe. And move and breathe. If you do it on your own, you like some nice gentle music, that's fine. I don't do music because I want to hear my breath. I just move and breathe. It's very spontaneous. Your body is talking to you and telling you what it needs. Do a little more of that. I'm going to show you cat dog sitting. It's a wonderful thing to do. It's the same as on your all fours, but it doesn't, you don't have, if you have wrist issues, or again, if you can't get up and down to the floor, this is great. And you can inhale, you sort of round. And exhale, kind of push your legs on the floor and like, so this is the cat, and this is the dog. Imagine a wave like the waves of the ocean, moving through in sequence through the spine, and this is just so terrific. Okay, so keep doing that. So do a little of the hip and rib rolls, and then do the cat and dog. Okay? I can't see who's here. They've changed things, so I'm going to have to play with this a little more. While you're doing those two things, hip and rib rolls and the cat dog, just a little longer, these are recorded, and then you can go back and look at them. They pop up in about 10 minutes. I'm leaving them online for you to view. If you would like to donate to the cause, I have a PayPal account, and you can email me, and I can tell you that. I understand that many of you have been compromised, so don't, like I have financially, but we do what we can for each other, okay? Thank you. And those of you who have sent something along, thank you. Thank you. Okay, now, how are we doing? I'm going to move the chair. And by the way, in the chair, you can stay here if you want. I want you to do the side stretches, okay? So you can bring the arms out and stretch to one side and then the other side. So hold each side for about 5 breaths. I don't know why it keeps clicking like that. Okay, so I'm going to be standing, but if you don't want to stand, you can stay seated, okay? And if you have a strap, okay, if you have a strap, if you would grab it, okay? If you don't have a strap, I even brought the tie for my robe. So, if you have a strap, great. Sorry, I keep doing this. I'm in a new place. But if you don't, see this? This is for my robe. So anything that's kind of taut and long. I'm going to use my robe today. And we're going to hold it. This is for sure. And you can do this seated, by the way. Okay, you don't have to be standing. So we did this Tuesday. This is for shoulders. So everything we're doing is to open up the chest, open up these muscles because these get so cramped. Okay? So as you hold the strap between your thumb and, see, like this, straight fingers and straight line. So there's no bending. You don't bend the wrist or the elbow. You stand, what we call mountain pose. So your insteps are about 3-4 inches apart. And you hold the strap about shoulder height, wider than your shoulders. And as you inhale, you'll bring it up and overhead. As you exhale, you let it slide back behind you. If you're in a chair, maybe just to your shoulders. If you're standing, you can do it maybe to the waist without bending. And then back and back, back, back up, and exhale forward. Okay, pick up the slack. Let's go again. I'll show you a side view. So, here's a strap or a tie or anything, piece of rope, doesn't matter. And it's taut but not white knuckles. So, as you inhale, reach forward and up. As you exhale, let it slide. Don't push your hips forward and gently bring it back. Good, and reach back and up and forward. This is so good for the shoulders. Keep going, please. If you have shoulder issues, just do a little. Maybe you can just do this and this. Maybe you just go up, maybe just a little, It's okay. Whatever you can do, and breathe. So finish the round you're on, do about 3 more, okay? So this first half hour has just all been very gentle stretching. And if it's all you have time to do, or even 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, it's fine. You don't need to do an hour and a half all the time, okay? We put a lot of pressure on ourselves and we have enough as is right now, okay? All right, so now we're gonna come to standing, even if you're sitting down, and we're gonna do what's called half sun salutes. Now I know a lot of you out there know them. So I'm going to talk really slow through the process and the alignment of it because it's important. But those of you who know it, I want you to start and go for it. Okay, so I'm standing. Try something. Bear with me. I'm sorry I have to keep doing this today. I'm really sorry. Technical difficulties beyond my control. But, okay, I think this will work. You might not see all my head. Okay, half sun salute. So, I'm going to stand, mountain pose. What's mountain pose? Second toe straight ahead, about 3 inches between my insteps. Hands to the heart. As I inhale, my arms come up and overhead. So lift your arms, but not your shoulders. As you exhale, I want you to bend the knees a little. Lift your tailbone. This is a dog tilt. And start to bend forward gently and touch something. It might just be your feet. It might be your shins. Maybe the mat. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to come up halfway. Inhale. It's a dog tilt. The tailbone's up. It's like I'm opening a book. And then I fold and close as I exhale. We come up, big wingspan, and again. So inhaling out and up, and swan dive. You know those beautiful pictures of people diving. Fold, touch, half, and reach. Just touch something, and up you go. Okay. What's important here is that you bend the knees. When you bend the knees, if you're tight back here, you bend the knees, and then you can fold properly. Okay, you don't want to round when you fold. Okay, and continue doing half sun salutes. Okay, this is another wonderful movement you can do on your own. It's like a moving meditation. And breathe. So each breath is even and consistent. Okay, so the inhale, We open, we close on the exhales. We open on inhale. We close on the exhale, and up we come. And to the heart. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do another, it's a sun salute. It's a full sun salute. Now some of you may not know this, and you can do only what you can, okay? And I'll show you some modifications. So this is 12 postures strung together in a series. It's very specific. So we're going to start like we're doing a half sun salute. So as your arms come overhead, and then you swan dive over, and then half, and then fold. Now your hands need to be on the mat. If you can't do that, you can use blocks or something, fists or something. And then we're going to step back on the right into a lunge. And then we're going to come to down dog, okay? So as we exhale, the left leg reaches back, and we come into what's called down dog. Okay. So this is weight bearing, obviously, strengthening. So we're going to inhale into plank. And then we're just going to lower the knees. Then we are going to bring our heart and our chest down. So the elbows turn back, and we come down. And then a cobra. Stretch your legs behind you. You can come onto your forearms, strong legs, and then back to down dog. So to come back, we have to step up on the right into lunge. And then we come back to forward bend. Wait till you have your footing, and up we go. So if you know sun salute, I want you to continue and do another on the left, and another on the right, another on the left. Someone forgot the 9:30 start time. Well, you can go back and look at the replay later in the first half hour, okay? Gosh, this isn't so good on the hair. Okay, so if you know sun salute, you're going to do right, left, okay? The rest of us, okay? I want you to continue doing the half sun salutes, okay? Continue doing the half sun salutes that I showed you. If you want to do partial sun salute, come over and over, half, and fold, and then try doing a lunge. Step back. If that's enough, then step forward and do the other side. If you want to try down dog, back. And maybe a little plank. This is very strengthening. If that's enough, lower the knees and just kind of sit back toward your heels. And then come up and reach upward with your hips. And then step up and step up. Come up and hands to the heart. So we can modify. Do what you can, but try. And then do the other side. I don't know why it's so dark. I think every time someone clicks on it, it does something. Guess I better work on my hair, huh? Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing? Okay, so I think now we will do some standing poses. Okay, some standing poses. Hang on, I need to get something off of here. Okay. All right. You know, it's also interesting, isn't it? I'm glad you're there, and thanks for sticking with me. Thank you for sharing with other people, people from all over. If I can share what was taught to me by amazing teachers over the years, 20 plus, I'm very grateful for that. Okay, so let's do a few standing poses. And there's ways to use a chair for this as well. Okay, so I'm going to do triangle pose without a chair, and I'll show you with a chair. So take a moment and just get grounded where you are. We're getting a lot of external stimulus, being bombarded with information, and our nervous systems are about ready to explode, honestly. I have to take a time out from reading, watching, and just thinking about everything that's going on, okay? So now just come back into your body, be grateful for where you are, what you have, and then let's take the feet apart. And it's about 3.5 feet, just what a natural step apart we call leg length. Okay? And then I'm going to do the right side first. I'm going to pivot on my heels to the right. Here's the first triangle. Those of you who know it, I want you to bring your arms out. If you don't know it, your arms come out and you gaze over your right middle finger. And then we're going to go over and just find with your gaze and your hand, your right hand will find your shin. Okay, and then I'm going to turn toward the left. So there are the triangles. Okay, look how my arms create a straight line opening up. If this bothers your shoulder, put your hand on your hip and breathe. Please don't pull the shoulder back. Turn from your ribs, because that also strengthens the intercostals, and that's really good for your heart and lungs as well. Twists are wonderful to breathe. So you want to do start with 5 breaths in a pose. If that's too much, do 3, then move to 5, then 8, and so forth. Okay, but be consistent. Then we're going to do reverse. I'm going to come up. I'm going to reach back to my back leg like there's a tuxedo stripe. And then my right arm's just going to stretch, and I'm feeling this a nice deep stretch. So again, we're opening up the intercostals. Breathe into that right lung. About 5 nice, deep breaths. You can look down, you can look toward the screen, or you can look up. Then we're going to come into what's called Warrior 2. So let's just put our hands on our hips, and we're going to go a little longer. 3, 4, 5 inches. Don't overdo it. Make sure your back foot's turned forward 45. And where your hands were before, below your low ribs, right about your diaphragm, you just gently hold that precious basket as you bend the right knee, just over or behind the heel. So we don't tilt forward, we don't lean into or push into the knee, ever. Okay, stay here. Let's strengthen here. And then the arms stretch apart, finger to finger. And the warrior looks into where he's going, which is over your right hand, into the horizon. And breathe. So you want to feel your lifting and extending. Breathe. This is weight bearing. Good. 5 breaths. Now we're going to do the reverse. So I'm going to go back, touch, and then bring my right arm into a curve. It reminds me of those Egyptian hieroglyphics. It's a beautiful sequence. Breathe again. I'm opening up my right side. About 5 breaths on your own. And then as you come up, reach, bend the elbow, and bring the forearm onto the thigh. And then your left arm makes this lovely sweep alongside your ear. So my back foot is really grounded. My left arm is extending now. My left lung is being exposed to the light. Breathe. About 5 nice deep breaths. Try not to collapse. Lift. And up we go. Back to warrior two. And then we're going to straighten, pivot, and come back to the beginning. So, if you finished, just come back to center and wait. Close your eyes. Wait till your breath. Sometimes our breath gets a little ragged or whatever. So just come back and we'll do the other side. If you know the sequence, you can go ahead and do it. But the rest of you, I'll talk you through it. Now, I'm going to show this side. I'm going to show you how you can use a chair. Okay. So I'm going to still step the feet apart. Maybe not as far. So if you're just learning, I'm going to pivot to the left, turn my back foot in 45, left foot out 90. And I'm going to bring the arms out. And this time, instead of trying to come to my leg, I'm just going to come to the chair. I'm going to come just to the chair. I can do a little bird hand or knuckles or fists. I can still do a modified pose. It can even be a counter, okay, or a table. Whatever you do, you just do it. And then you just turn, breathe. Please, if you can. There's no ultimate pose. It's whatever you can do. And then for warrior two, I can do it without the chair, or if you have issues, you can sit in a chair. Okay? You can sit on the edge of the chair and still do the pose. Okay? So just do it. Okay, so warrior two. I'm not going to use the chair for warrior two, but you can. And then from side angle, again, you can use the chair and just extend. Don't push your knee, but use the chair for support, or a table, or a stool, or a counter, whatever. And up we go. And straighten, back, back, back. Good. So, I want to do some balancing. So, those of you who know tree pose or can do half moon or at home, I want you to do those, okay? Either one. And then I'm going to show how to use a chair for some others, simple balancing, okay? You can just use the chair. Actually, I'll do tree pose, okay? Using the chair. So I'm going to use the chair for support. I'm going to bring my right knee, turn, and then place my right foot either on my inner ankle, inner calf, or inner thigh, which is a little more advanced, so don't try this if you're new, but not on the knee. Okay, don't rest your foot on your knee. And just have your chair or counter here to help you, okay, to touch bases. Okay, and if you can bring your hands to the heart. And if you start to kind of wiggle or wobble, use the chair or a wall. About 5 breaths, and then the arms come up. There's always little movements. That's okay. If you fall out of the pose, come back where you were and finish. And then you come back, bring it to the heart. Keep coming back. Use the chair. Back. And let's add a piece. So bring the knee forward and stretch that leg forward. Use the chair. Balance. It's okay. And bring it in and down and wait. Good. And now do the other side. Those of you who don't need a chair or a wall, go ahead and do the left side. If you do need a chair, or if you have a counter, whatever you have, then can move and try the sequence on your own. So remember, you start in mountain pose, and you bring the knee up, place your foot either against your ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Keep your hips nice and level. So we create a prayer with the foot and a prayer with the hands. Okay, and that helps to bring our energy into midline. Balance is a really important thing to do and practice, okay? And it's also a reflection of our stress level. A lot of us are really stressed right now, but that's okay. So I can tell I'm getting backlighting here. So maybe, hopefully next week it'll be sunnier and I'll be back where I was before. Thanks for bearing with me. So finish your other side, the other tree. I'll wait for you. And then I'll show you a few other things you can do using a chair or not. I'd like to see the feed, but I'm afraid to touch anything because it's kind of a new way of doing this. Okay, but thanks for being here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing. While you're finishing, my email is victoria.lifestyleyoga@gmail.com. If you need to contact me, you can leave a message here on the feed, or leave your email and I'll get back to you. This is until further notice. It looks like in California we'll at least be here till the end of the month, maybe beyond. You know, we have to just be with this and be safe and support each other by staying home, but we're still together. Okay, let's do some other balancing. So you can have a chair or not. These are great to do on your own. So you can use the chair for support. I just want to come up and down. So we tend to kind of come up and go forward, and that throws us off. So come up, straight up, like there's a golden cord, and straight down. Come up, lift your heels, lower one heel, bend the other knee, and then the other. Stay in your center. Stay aligned. Okay, stay aligned. I don't know why this camera keeps bouncing. Anyway, and up and down. Without a chair, maybe arms out here, maybe arms here, and breathe. So if you have foot issues, if you have arthritis, bunions, surgeries, do this anyway. Try and get the toes really relaxed and do this anyway. Now let's do both. You hold, breathe, 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 and lower. Okay, now we're going to do another series. It's wonderful. Okay, it seems really simple, but it's wonderful to do. You can do it at your kitchen counter or in the bathroom, or with a chair in your dining room or wherever. So we're going to bring the right knee up, gently flex the foot, and then stretch it forward, and then bring it back and down. So up, lift, don't lean forward, lift, stretch, back, up, forward, back, and down. Now we're going to hold. So lift up, breathe. Use those muscles, hip flexors, quads. Breathe. Try for 3 or 4 or 5 breaths, and then out, breathe, hold, breathe, breathe. If you're shaking, it's okay. And back in, and down. And wait. Notice what your legs are doing. Muscles are talking to you. That's your nervous system, your everything kind of recalibrating. Okay. Then you can just turn around, but I'll move my chair. Now we're going to do the other side. Up, out, back, and down. Keep the hips level. Stand straight. Up, out. Breathe, 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 breathe. Now we're going to hold. Up, breathe, out, back. Good. Let your arms rest. Close your eyes. Good. Okay. So I'm going to bring you down to the floor. Those of you who can. Those of you who can't, I'll come back and I'll show you something on the chair that we're going to do, okay? The chair here. So arms overhead. Even if you're in a chair, you can do this. And then over we go. Step back on the right. Step back on the left. Downward dog. So those of you who are experienced, I'm going to challenge you in down dog. So let's hold. Breathe. Breathe. Lift up off the hands. Look back toward a point between your toes. Lift through the rib cage. Create more space around the navel. Your heels are reaching toward the back of your mat. Put more pressure on the thumb side of the hands and the fingerprints. Breathe. Feel the movement of the breath. Can you hold a little longer? A little longer? No? Okay. When you're ready, come down and rest in child's pose. Now, if you use a chair, I'm going to show you how to start doing a little down dog with a chair. Or again, a counter. When I travel, I use counters or bureaus. So this is a little milder, but great benefits. Put your hands on the edge of the chair. Spread your fingers apart. Step back on one foot and step back on the other. And then just lift your hips, stretch, and breathe. Okay? So it's a little less intense on the wrists and the shoulders, and you can even do a plank. Okay? I'm going to go back and forth. We're going to do plank and down dog. Just try. Just really gentle. You can also do this against the wall. Plank and down dog. Do what you can. Even little tiny movements are really good. Plank and down dog. Okay? Those of you on the floor, plank, down dog. So, we're in down dog, we come into plank. Can you hold? Those of you who have been doing this a while, can you hold? Breathe. Feel your front body lifting your back body. Breathe. So challenge yourself. Go 5 breaths. And then maybe 6. Maybe more, maybe not. Breathe. And then we're going to bring the knees down. We're all going to take a little child's pose or resting. And if you're sitting in a chair, you can also rest, okay? Resting pose. Sometimes child's pose, oh, it's really dark, isn't it? I'm sorry. Sometimes child's pose is a little uncomfortable for knees, but you can use blankets or a bolster under you. Sorry about the backlight. Let me try something. Better? Where's my production crew? And you can sit in front and then lean on to something. Okay? If you rest or just needing to take a break, a child's pose is a great thing to do. Okay? All right, then I want you to come onto your back. I'm going to move this. Hopefully it's as light for you. I don't know why it keeps shifting, why the screen keeps going light dark. I don't know why it's doing that. one of many things I don't understand, but we'll do our best. Okay, so I want you to lie down. Even if you have knee or hip issues, if there's some way you can lie down, okay, use the chair to get down maybe. Okay, so say getting up and down is an issue. You can take the chair, lower, lower, and then move the chair and come onto your back. Those of you who are already down are already there. So I want you all to lie down. Let me turn around. With your knees bent. Okay? And oh, wow. How good does that feel? So let's just see how we're doing. Bring in the right knee, stretch out the left leg, and breathe. So your feet are flexed. That means your toes are coming toward you. You're reaching through the calf and the heel. That gets into the calf, the Achilles tendon. I can see that I'm the chair. Okay, let me move the chair start. Let's see, maybe this will be better. You can see me against the white wall. Hopefully that's better. I hope. Okay, I don't know if it's any better. Okay, then you're going to straighten the right leg as much as you can and just hold gently with your hands or your rope tie or a strap. Okay, so the lower leg is as straight as you can. If you're feeling anything in the low back, please bend your knees. Lower the shoulders. Lift up through the right leg and start making circles with your big toe. Okay? You see me making circles? You might hear some little clicking, popping noises. That's okay. And even if you're really stiff and you think, oh, I've never been flexible, well, it doesn't mean you never will be. At least we have to start somewhere. And we can always start where we are, okay? So then we're going to flex and extend. Flex slowly with the breath. And I am feeling this. But I flex, I can feel it from the hamstrings all the way through the calf, my heel, my foot. And then my extend, I feel it across the shin, top of my foot. But nothing in the low back, please. Good. And then lower. Okay. And we're going to change sides. So stretch out your right leg, gently hold the left knee, flex your left foot. Relax your shoulders. If it doesn't work to hold your knee, hold the back of your thigh. If that doesn't work, use a strap or a tie or something so your shoulders aren't working. Okay. So if perchance you create any low back stuff, overdoing or whatever, this is a great bending the knee and opposite sides will usually counter any stress. Okay, then straighten the left leg. I'm a little tight, so I'm not going to straighten it all the way. Okay, and then I'm going to draw circles with my big toe. It's a little more awkward because I'm right-handed, but I'm going to do it anyway. And 5 or 6 clockwise, 5 or 6 counterclockwise. Breathe, and then flex and extend. Now, if getting down here just wasn't available, you can do this sitting in any chair. Okay, you can do it while you're, as I said Tuesday, you might be sitting at your computer, you might be sitting watching the news, I hope not. And you can do these simple little movements which are so beneficial. This is about flexibility, range of motion, and this really helps your balance. And bring it down, and then just give yourself, just kind of roll around. Okay, and roll around a little bit. Okay, now we're going to do leg cradle. Those of you who know it and are on the floor, go ahead and do leg cradle. Okay, a passive leg cradle, and you can bring the knee in. But I want to show people how to do it in a chair like I did on Tuesday. Again, you do what you can do. We're here to improve, not stress. Okay, so if you're still sitting, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Hold on to the chair. Your right foot is flexed. Your left foot is underneath your knee, heel under the knee, and just start to lean forward a little. Stay on the front edge of your chair and lean forward a little bit. Just a little. You'll start to feel it in the right in the center of your glute. That's the piriformis. So the piriformis connects, wraps around with the psoas. This is what leverage part of your low back. So we want to be very gentle but persistent. Breathe into it. If you're lying down, you know what to do. Breathe deep. If your breath shifts, maybe you're pulling and pushing too hard. About 5 to 8 deep breaths, and then we switch. Left over right. Okay? And just gently lean forward. Don't push on your leg. Don't lean with your arms into your knee, please. We want to protect the knees when we do this. That's why we flex this foot. If you're pushing in a direction the knee is not intended to go. This is about opening up the hips without compromising your knees. Breathe. Breathe. Deep breath. 5 to 8 nice deep breaths or more. And you might find yourself sort of melting forward. That's okay. Your body will tell you if there's more or not. And then when you release, think of the knee as the middle child caught between the older and the younger, or the child caught between in a separation. It's getting pulled in all directions, and it's the weakest joint. Okay. All right. We're down on the floor now. If you're seated, you can stay seated. Okay, so bring your feet. Oh dear. To opposite. Okay, I have black pants and a black background. So lie back, knees bent. Bring your feet to the sides of the mat. So your left foot's on the left edge, right foot on the right edge. And you want to align your second toe in the center of your heel. Okay, and then you gently lie back. And let your arms stretch apart. And this is so wonderful, simple, and so beneficial. As you exhale, just let your knees sway to the left or the right, to the side. And then let the inhale bring them back. And then rock gently to the other side. And inhaling back. So your feet will roll onto the edges. The hips will rock. It's very soft movement, but it radiates through all the muscular of the spine and the back and the organs are all getting this wonderful massage. So don't push into the knees. It's a gentle swaying. And you might feel as your knees go, say, to the left, that your head will just gently turn to the right. And then come back. So now you're getting from the neck all the way down, the entire length of the spine. Very gentle. This is a very Luna moon energy. Okay, the standing poses and all that, or the sun energy. Okay, Surya. And now we're into the moon. And Hatha yoga means sun and moon. Okay, so just do a little bit of that. And if you're stressed, you just need to release. This is a great thing to And then come back to center. And we do another nice flowing, gentle movement to help move the energy through. We don't need to hold on to a lot of the stuff we're being bombarded with. So bring your knees in and stretch your legs up. And bring your arms overhead. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, just hug, bring the knees in and empty. Feel how your navel creates space for your legs. Then inhale, we extend and lengthen. And use the flow of your inhale and exhale for the flow of the movement. It's soft. And it's that feminine, juicy energy that we need to balance out the masculine. And our world is definitely more masculine. And the edges of masculine are a little harder. So we want to soften, nurture, balance. Remember, your lungs cover a tennis court. Think about that. You take in thousands of gallons of oxygen a day. Think about that. Your circulatory system covers 1,500 miles inside of you. Think about that. Think of what you are, what you have inside of you. And let's take care of it. Okay, let's do one more. And then this time, let's just bring the feet down, arms by our side. Let's just wait. Let's wait. Good. Our nervous system still feels like it's working. Now, we're going to feel our knees over our heels. We do a flowing bridge. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to turn my head toward you because when you're doing this, you don't turn your head because you're putting pressure on the neck. Okay? So in this one, and if you can't lift your arms all the way, it's okay. Just do what you can. You start to lift your hips. Your tailbone's trying to kiss up toward your knees, and then you start to lift your arms as well. If you can only go to here, okay. If you can go a little further, as you finish the inhale, then we begin the exhale, and we just do lower, slow. Oh, it feels so good. The spine is loving this. So you start to lift from the bottom. Feel yourself lift up, lift, 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 lift. And then you exhale and you lower one vertebra like a precious pearl at a time and down. Okay, do a couple of those. Flowing bridge. So think of a flowing movement. Okay, gentle and flowing. Good. Do a couple more. If you want to hold a bridge, you can hold the bridge. So it's a cat tilt. I didn't review that today, did I? But I will in the future. Cat and dog tilt, very important. Okay. I was wrong. Your circulatory system is 60,000 miles. If you missed it, 60,000 miles in all your veins, capillaries, and so forth. 60,000 miles inside of you. Your lungs cover a tennis court. And the equivalent of 1,500 miles of breath it covers through. So, the length of the airways is 1,500 miles. Okay. All right, finish that. And we're going to do a nice finishing twist. Nice finishing twist. Now, you have a choice. If you are new and you like the one we did, kind of from side to side, go back to that. But what you would do is as you go to one side, you just kind of let that hang out there, like 5 breaths. And then do the other side for 5. Okay? And then the rest of you can do a finishing twist of your choice. You can bring the hips to the side. You can bring both knees in and over opposite. So I'm a little tight today, so I'm going to put blankets under my legs so my right shoulder doesn't pull up. You don't want this opposite shoulder to come up. Okay? You can do that, or you can do the twist of one leg straight and then one knee bent. And you don't let the shoulder pull up. Okay? Hold for 5 to 8 breaths. 5 to 8 breaths. You always come out the way you came in. Okay? And then do the other side. So, come back to center, and then on the other side, bring the hips over. Bring the knees up, across. And it pulls my shoulder up, so I'm going to put a blanket or a pillow underneath. And I can rest my shoulders. Okay, so do both sides, please, for 5 to 8 breaths on each side. And when you finish, we're going to take Shavasana. So I'm going to put my socks back on. These are the socks you gave me, Janice. You weren't here when I first said that. I'm hoping they're good luck. I'm going to put on my socks. I want to be warm. You can put on a sweater or a shawl, or if you have a blanket, cover yourself. And relaxation or Shavasana is the way we finish our practice. So I encourage you to put something under your legs. It can be a bolster or blankets. And also something under your neck, but don't flatten the neck. You can use a little pillow or another blanket. And then you lie back when you're ready. I'm going to show you with a blanket. You can roll a couple of blankets or towels. Lying flat is not comfortable, and it really does stress our low backs. I'm going to put this under my knees. Oh. Now I'm going to lay down. Neutralize my hips, stretch out my legs. Your arms rest away from your sides. And just let the breath subside. Let go. So all of your edges are untouched, free. Of course, your back body, of course, but we don't touch ourselves. We want to be open to receive, and just be brave and let go. So I remember when I was in one of my training sessions, the teacher shared how you just let everything descend to the earth. Let your front body rest on the back body, and that rests the mind and the thinking, and just let it go into a soft breath, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be rhythmic. And it's like a stone sort of slowly sinking into a very still pool of water and just resting on a sandy bottom. So I'm going to leave you here for a few minutes. Ideally, you'll do this on your own as well. Okay? Just let your eyes close. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's no one to be. So our practice is about undoing. live in a doing world, so we have to step back from that. You can remain in a lovely Shavasana if you would like, or you can start to stretch a little, yawn, wiggle, come back gently. We always take this time to transition so our nervous system isn't jarred any more than it already is. And just know that your systems are all working on your behalf constantly, even after you finish today. So take some nice deep breaths, stretch, wiggle, and then turning onto one side with your knees bent. You can use your arm for a pillow. And I'm going to share, as I always do, a poem from a Fez. And after the session, I'll make a copy, I'll take a photo, and I'll post it. This is called A Crystal Rim. The earth lifts its glass to the sun, and light is poured. A bird comes and sits on a crystal rim, and from my forest cave, I hear singing. So I run to the edge of existence and join my soul in love. I lift my heart to God, and grace is poured. An emerald bird rises from inside me and now sits upon the beloved's glass. I have left that dark cave forever. My body has blended with his. I lay my wing as a bridge to you so that you can join us singing. If you're still here, if you would gently come to a comfortable seated position, and we'll share by reciting the Namaste invocation. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of light, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Om Shanti. Peace to you. Thank you for joining me. And please reach out, let me know how it was, how it is. I can't see who joined me today. They've changed the system, but we'll figure it out, and I'll see you next week, okay? I'm going to try and do some little mini videos, but we're all a little distracted. I'll do my best, and you can watch this or parts of it after as many times as you like, and you can also share. And thank you for being here, okay? Om Shanti, Pache. Bye for now.